What up, you weirdos? Fever here. How's everyone doing today? Staying out of trouble? So with the release of Beyond Light, we also got these new Legend Lost sectors, and if completed solo, rewards you with one of the new exotics, depending on which one you do. In this video, I'll show you how to complete Exodus Crash 2A on the Cosmodrome, along with a possible cheeky little cheese I may have found. Possible. It's pretty straightforward, but there are some lenient requirements. You need to be 1205 power level, and I would recommend being +6 on the artifact. Being 1205 will unlock it for you, and +6 on the artifact so you can acquire the 3 mods that will make it so much easier. I tried to keep this as simple as possible, so I didn't use any crazy builds or charge with light mods because I know some of you might not have them. I used the solar subclass to utilize the mods and whatever weapons I had available at the time, which happened to be a 340 RPM pulse rifle I picked up from PvP, a grenade launcher, and the falling guillotine. None of these weapons have anything special on them, but the grenade launcher does have blinding nades, and that actually came in really handy. The 3 mods I used were an anti-barrier for a pulse rifle, thermal overload, and surge eater. The thermal overload causes disruption to overload champions when using a solar or stasis grenade, and the surge eater recharges your grenade fully when disrupting the overload champions. I'm sure this lost sector can be done without the 2 special mods because disrupting the overload champions with a weapon works as well, if you have that unlocked on the artifact. But using the 2 mods I mentioned made it much easier. Besides, who wants to use 2 primaries in here? You will be running into a lot of Fallen that seem to be really mad because you crashed their little sector. There's overload captains and barrier servitors throughout the whole thing, but I'd be more worried about the vandals that can one-shot you. There is no timer that'll kick you if not completed, but just like the Grandmaster Nightfalls, once you reach a certain amount of time, you lose your respawns. The only part I had an issue with was right around the halfway mark. There's an overload champion and a barrier servitor. The servitor decided it was going to make everything immune and hide at the same time, so I spent the better part of 10 minutes trying to get them to separate. When you finally make it through to the final boss, I found that if you run in the room, a bunch of Fallen surrounds you, and that's how I died the first time. I thought I was going to go in there and do some big old Titan stuff with crayons in hand, and yeah, that didn't work. I completed this lost sector 3 times and found if you get the boss to float to the left side of the doorway, in the back of the room, you can actually just keep your distance and pick away at his health. I don't know if this is a bug or what, but he just sits there and lets you shoot at it, like a potato. I stayed partially in cover for the most part just to be safe, and it worked every time. I only came out of cover when I ran out of ammo or had only special left. I'd run up and shoot my grenade launcher at them until my ammo refilled. Be careful though once you kill the boss, because in order to complete it, everything must die except you, obviously. That includes all the little trash mob enemies as well, because they don't despawn and they like to hide. Oh, and watch out after completing it because a bunch of shanks come out of the exit way after the fact. This will work the same on all 3 classes of Guardian. Just take your time and pick at the enemies slowly. Now go get those exotics. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, but more importantly, just be good to one another and have a fantastic day.